Hello, everyone. It is week 6. Today is day 1. In this presentation, I'm going to review my weekly time budget, reporting, a brief Google Drive demonstration, my daily plans, and response to feedback I've been getting. Starting out with my budget for time this week. This week, I have allocated 15 hours, if necessary, 3 hours a day, Monday through Friday. This is the max I plan on working this week. I hope this is an overestimate, and I would love to bring this down to 6 to 8 hours per week, or even less. That's my goal. So for reporting, I have posted my plans in my project manager folder. I created a folder on our shared Google Drive folder. Okay? I created an admin folder where I put in my folder. So every team is welcome to have their own folder, and every individual is welcome to have their own folder inside the shared Google Drive. And I'll be showing that. This is optional. However, I recommend it because by doing this, it's going to make it easy for your team members to give you feedback because they'll clearly see everything that you're doing. Okay? So, here's my Google Drive demonstration. I have made a couple updates to the organization in our folder. I created an archive folder for files that may still be useful. I created a milestone folder for us to work on as with our milestones. And lastly, I created this Teams folder. Okay, so if we go inside Teams, you can see I have an admin folder. My idea is each team would have their own folder. I will let team leads create that, okay, for your team. So inside the admin folder, I have my project manager folder. And inside that, I have everything I've worked on so far for this week on week 6. And the details, how much time I've been spending, what I've been working on, all for everybody to see. Okay? If you do not know how to get to the Google Drive folder, I will provide a link. Um, the link to the Google Drive will be in the post I send out with this video. Okay, so make sure to have that bookmarked because that is where we're all working and collaborating. So my daily plans. So for today, I originally only planned to work 3 hours. I, with some technical difficulties I had recording this video the first time, I'm had to figure out my audio issues and I'm re-recording. Okay. But basically so far today I've been planning. I created this slide presentation and I've been working on recording my presentation and figuring out some audio issues. I'm also going to be reading up on layered system design later today and be working on my quiz. For tomorrow, I will be working on adding more to plans, updating plans. I'll be meeting with Brother Jones and, excuse me, I will be creating a document for questions for Brother Jones. Anyone else today is welcome to go ahead and create that document and start that process. Okay, I will be, if it is created already by tomorrow, I will review the questions and add my own insights to it. If it's not created, I'll go ahead and start it tomorrow. Okay. I'll meet with I'll plan on meeting with Brother Jones tomorrow and then reporting back to you all what I find out from that meeting and give you extra details on how things are going to work. Okay. I also plan on tomorrow, assuming I have time, starting to actually write up the tasks to complete. Like being specific, okay, this is what we need done. Okay. I probably do not see myself specifically giving out assignments. However, I do believe that with the list I have tomorrow, teams will be able to come in and volunteer for tasks. Okay, but my main objective is just to create the to-do list for milestone 3. Okay. And then I also plan on spending an hour studying the SRS and becoming more familiar with that document, as that is has all the details um, for what we need to design for. Okay. So, in response to feedback, 3 things: feedback etiquette, benefits of argument, and understanding concerns. So, for feedback etiquette, we all know we should be respectful. Okay. One way to be respectful is giving people the benefit of the doubt. Instead of assuming someone's not doing anything, not working, assume that they are. And then be curious. Like if it does seem like they're not working, assume they are and be curious. Hey, what are you working on? What are you doing? That's totally fine. I I can respect that, and that's a good approach to feedback people. Okay. Argument benefits. Okay. So I personally, I personally believe it is totally fine, actually encourage, to butt heads every now and then, okay? To argue, to discuss, okay? When I say argue, I don't mean to be necessarily argumentative and aggressive, okay? But to present your point, okay? If you don't necessarily need to agree, if you disagree with someone, to be open about it and say, hey, I disagree. This is what I think. This is what I see. Okay. And express your viewpoint and opinion. That is going to help us make sure everything that we're doing things the best way. Okay. We can challenge things and to push forward and to progress. Okay. So when that's done right, okay, that will strengthen us as a team. Okay. However, if we do it in a rude, you know, inconsiderate way, and we simply just point out faults of others and don't don't provide any support and solution, right? That can dismantle a team. Okay? I have experience running teams. I've been a soccer coach for 4 years. I've been working in middle schools and high schools teaching for 4 years. I understand how infighting can happen, but at the same time, it's good to have some discussion, to argue, to disagree. It's just important to recognize and respect each other's opinions. Okay, respect and assume again, give the benefit of doubt. Instead of saying, "Hey, you're not doing anything," say, "Okay, hey, I'm curious. What's going on? What I feel like this should be done, but it's not getting done. Why isn't it getting done?" Okay, you see how that's a much better way to present a concern you have to someone about what they're doing. So again, as we do that, we'll open direct and honest communication and grow together as a team. So for me, working to understand concerns, okay, starting out as your project manager, I was never given much direction. So Brother Jones has given it to me and us to decide, what needs to get done. He has painted a picture as if we are the managers, the leaders, to decide what this document is going to be like, what it's going to look like, how it's going to be done. Okay. So there has been a lot of openness to this project. So that's a big part of the reason why I have found my role as being project manager challenging over these last couple milestones, as I feel like I've been trying to figure out my role as well as everybody else's role. And it seems it's been a lot, as well as trying to figure out the milestones, getting those completed. So simply, I made the expectation everyone work 6 to 8 hours a week and figure out how to pitch in individually, be proactive. Now, moving forward, I do want to make clearer expectations than just, hey, show up and work, figure out something to do. Okay. And reading through your feedbacks, these 5 things stuck out to me. This seemed the gist of what I was getting of what people are concerned about. First off, I feel like people are concerned about grades. Okay. I know we got a 96 for our first milestone. Hopefully, our second milestone we do equally as well or even better. Okay. We can talk about that more once we get the feedback for that milestone. Okay. Hours spent working on this class. Okay. I realize that me working 15 hours a week Me working over, I've worked over 10 hours on average since the start of this class. Okay. I don't say that to you to brag about how much I've been working and try to make you feel like, hey, you're not as good as me. That's basically so to help me say, so I'm doing my best to do my part as a project manager. Okay. And I realize though, if someone else is working more, that makes other people feel like they need to work more. Okay. And so it is my hope to get my hours down. Okay. I only spend this week, I'm only planning on spending 2 hours per credit on my other classes. Okay. So I have 10 other credits that I'm working on. And for those 10 credits, I only plan on spending 20 hours. Okay. I've only budgeted 20 hours for this. Or for this class, 2 credits, I have budgeted 15 hours for this week. Okay. So I don't plan on it to be like that every week. However, listening to feedbacks from the first milestone and comments, made on Saturday, other other feedbacks just brought straight through Teams. I've been working out a way to cut back on my other classes since I'm basically ahead in all of them, and to be able to dedicate a good chunk of time this week to just iron things out. Okay, so I'm really hoping this week goes really well and things. I feel like I will probably end up working 15 hours this week, though if everything goes as well as I'm hoping, you know, next week I feel like I probably only need to budget 10 hours. Okay. So instead of 3 hours a day, only 2 hours a day. Okay. So personally, I feel good about that plan. I'm not expecting everyone to work as many hours as me. I'm not expecting anyone to work 15 hours this week. Okay. Not saying you can't. Okay. If you feel like you can and you need to, um, you're welcome to help bring my hours down. Okay. Maybe I won't even need 15 hours this week. We'll see. But so far today, I'm at 4. I feel like pushing 5. So, but I really just want to be kind of nitty gritty for you guys because I feel like that's been the feedback I've been getting. Okay, so next concern, quality of the project. Okay. I don't know how big of a concern this is. However, I got the idea and impression that though Professor Jones may be very lenient as a professor in terms of grading, shouldn't we still do our best to create a quality SDD, something that we could show off to potential employers, something that will enable us once we go into the workplace to be able to clearly communicate our ideas. I feel like that's a concern. Okay, so if we just are kind of sloppy with this project, how much are we really getting out of it? Okay. Next concern, efficiency. So I feel like I've basically touched on this, but speaking for myself as your project manager, I'll admit, even though I've been putting in the time to work as your project manager, 10 plus hours a week, I feel I have not been as efficient as I could have been if I had spent more time planning and organizing. Okay, that I'm what I'm doing now. Okay, so I feel like moving forward, we're definitely going to be more efficient as I'm working to clearly communicate with all of you expectations and how we're going to get things done. Fairness. So I understand this is frustrating. Okay, so if you are putting in a lot of hours, okay, and other people aren't, okay, that doesn't seem fair. The way fairness is handled, okay, is through feedback. So again, I my only expectation is people either work 6 to 8 hours or at least show they have 6 to 8 hours of work. Okay. That second part is interpretive. Okay. However, to me, if you're being very open and clear on your plans, what you're doing to contribute, like the example I just showed you on the Google Drive, my folder, I you're going to get positive feedback. People are going to easily be able to say, this person does this, this, this. Okay. Where on the other hand, if you don't, so if you keep everything you're doing to the side and you're not communicating with your team what you're working on, etc., people in the feedback are going to be like, I don't know what they're doing, to be honest. Okay? And that's not the best feedback to get. Okay. Let me know if there are any other concerns that I missed, but those were the ideas that I was getting. All right, so wrapping up, I'm putting in the time. Okay, so again, I'm budgeting 15 hours this week. I'm not sure if that'll actually be how much I spent, but that's how much I plan on working, at least, to get everything organized, to get everything moving forward, to give everyone clear direction on what needs to get done for this milestone. And so we all feel comfortable and that we're on the same page and we can get some real traction. I recommend taking time to plan every single person in this class, what you're going to do. Okay. Share your plan, share what you are doing with your team. Okay. Look to give positive feedback. Okay. If someone seems to be not helping contribute, instead of being suspicious, be curious. Reach out to them. Say, hey, I feel like this should be getting done. I feel like you should be doing this. Okay. Are you? you know, be be curious. Don't be judging. And look forward for a document to do for it, a list of questions for Brother Jones. Okay. Again, someone is totally welcome to go ahead and create that document and get the ball rolling. Okay. To me, maxed out my budget today on time I'm planning on spending on this class. But if someone wants to go ahead and get that done, I will plan on reviewing it tomorrow and talking to Brother Jones and trying to I'll probably see if I can talk to him an hour maybe and just be really try to get as much out of him as I can. Okay. So then I can give you guys the details tomorrow on to-dos, how everything's going to be organized, who's working on what. Okay. We'll get that figured out now at the start of the time we have for our milestone. And maybe if everything works out, we'll start, we'll get this milestone knocked out early and go ahead and get started on the next one. Okay. And start getting some efficiency and start really producing quality content as well. So that is everything in a nutshell for today. Feel free to comment any questions you have about my presentation. I know some of you may be frustrated that I don't have that plan started for who's doing what yet, but I'll be working on that tomorrow. I'll be talking to Brother Jones tomorrow. So at the latest, it'll be out at least a draft on Wednesday on what the plan is and what's getting done for this milestone, who's doing what, will be coming out soon. Okay, making this a priority and want to get everything nice and neat for you all. Okay, that is all. Hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for taking the time, listening, and getting on the same page with me. And we'll talk to you more tomorrow.